Ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely disgusted to have to give Texas yet another L. My state. Guys, what the F is going on here? Okay, now I'm going to try to parse my words about this story because there are some horrible things that I want to say about these two fools. These two lovingly mothers on my screen, right? But I'm sorry, I don't want the cartel coming for my head, right? So I'm going to parse what I say about these individuals that you guys see on my screen, sitting there looking like somebody dipped them in some red paint. I don't know. Texas takes the L. These two individuals that they refer to as mothers found themselves behind bars last week, and thank you, Law and Crime, for the article, after police say that these two women abandoned their 6 young children in unimaginable squalor. We say that again. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. 2 chicks, 6 kids. No man in sight. No father in sight. We don't see this as a problem. We don't see this as a recurring theme on my channel. I keep trying to say biological mother, biological father, get married, have the kid. But no, we keep making the kids. No fathers, no commitment, no nuclear family. Right? They look like cartel girlfriends. Look, man, I'm going to put some respect on their name today. Houston, Texas is too damn close to Mexico. I'm just saying. All right. Nonetheless, let's keep the focus on the kids. They left these kids in what they refer to as unimaginable squalor. Squalor. I'm telling you guys, this story is going to have some details that are probably going to turn your stomach. So if you need to exit, that's your disclaimer that you might need to exit the video. But for everybody else who wants to hear the details, 6 children were left in unimaginable squalor with at least 1 infant resorting to eating its own feces. When they busted in to save these children, they actually caught the child eating its own excrement. Yeah, I know. But let's keep going. Let's get past this. Remember, we want to make sure that we give you guys the full details about what these babies were forced to live through with these 2 nasty, fat, stinking, red-faced individuals. Ricky or Ricci, whatever her name is, Riccy, I don't care how you pronounce her name, Padilla-Hernandez and Uriz Molina, Padilla Quesadilla. Let's go back to the picture. Ricci, I don't know which one is Ricci and Yuri. Who really gives a crap? But both of them were taken into custody on Wednesday and faced charges of endangering a child, Houston NBC affiliate KPRC reported. Thank you for that. The 28-year-old Padilla-Hernandez children are ages 2, 3, and 7. The children of Yuri Molina, 34 years old, are ages 1, 8, and 9 years old. The relationship between the 2 women is not immediately clear, though all of the children were found living in the same home. According to a report, a maintenance worker called 911 and reported seeing Padilla-Hernandez's 2-year-old daughter walking around barefoot and unsupervised right next to a swimming pool in the yard of the property. Y'all catch that? Walking around barefooted and unsupervised. Somebody saw something and said something and saved these children's lives. Thank you again, Kimberly Flowers, for the See Something, Say Something t-shirts. Yes. How about that? The worker reportedly told the worker reportedly told this or described the children as appearing to be filthy. I think that was a small typo in there, but that's okay. Officers from the Houston Police Department, HPD, responded to the residents and found a shocking scene inside the apartment. I hope you guys brace yourselves for this. And yes, they deserve, this is one of those where they don't deserve their ovaries. Hashtag TTO, take the ovaries away from these women. They never deserve an opportunity to be parents, be mothers, be around children, or deserve to reproduce ever again. This would be a perfect moment, right? Perfect moment. Listen to this. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders reportedly encountered one of Padilla-Hernandez's son, who brought them to a shared apartment where officers found 4 other children, one of them who had special needs and required additional care. All of the children reportedly appeared to be bedraggled. Oh my God, I have never heard of that word before. Bedraggled.
Bedraggled.
Dirty and disheveled. I've heard of disheveled, never heard of bedraggled. Wow. Damn. Neither Padilla-Hernandez or Melina were at the home. Melina's infant son was reportedly left alone in a crib inside the apartment. Now, according to investigators, the infant was so deprived of food while these fat women are out eating tacos and burritos all goddamn day, right? After eating quesadillas and drinking tequila shots, getting fat. Check this out. This infant baby was so deprived of food that this baby ended up resorting to eating its own feces. Get mad at me for the damn jokes if you want to. Who's going to have a bleeding heart for the children, though? How about that? Everybody can get these jokes. I don't give a crap. Right? I don't like baby murderers, baby killers, or baby abandoners. People who put these children in these effed up, messed up positions, right? Who's going to speak? Who's going to cry for these children? Who's going to cry for this little child who was so disheveled and so starved that it resorted to eating out of its own diaper? Come on, man. They'll get more mad at me for the jokes than they'll get mad at what these children were put through. That's essentially attempted murder. What else did you think was going to happen? Starving children and leaving them at home by themselves. That's usually what happens. House fires, drownings, deaths, drinking, what do you call that? Like drinking chemicals? Because they don't, a lot of young kids don't know the difference between juices and stuff that could kill them if you got to just lay it around the house. Bedraggled. I have never heard of that before. That's how bad this is. They used the word, they went in the dictionary and found the most heinous word that you could find and used it on this story. And I applaud that. I really do. Her 9-year-old son was reportedly covered in filth and infested with lice, head lice. Hernandez reportedly came home while officers were still on the premises. Wow. She allegedly told investigators that she had been out doing her taxes or potentially doing blowjobs. Maybe that's what they call it. I was out doing taxes in the mouth. Taxes. Right. Who believes she was out doing taxes? I don't. The children were reportedly removed from the home and placed in the custody of CPS, Child Protective Services. Thank goodness for that. Padilla-Hernandez, I keep wanting to clown her name. I'm so sorry. Padilla-Hernandez and Molina were both taken into custody. A judge set the women's bond at $15,000 apiece. That's unacceptable, especially when Texas has super aggravated child abuse laws. This qualifies as child abuse, does it not? Why is their bond $15,000? $1,500 will get them out of jail pretty easily. Both of the women were reportedly posted bond and were released from holding on Friday because the bond was so freaking low. Point proven. During her initial appearance before a judge, Molina reportedly said that she was currently 7 months pregnant with her 4th child. I just have no words. They could take dick all day, but can't take any responsibility. Isn't that something? They're currently scheduled to be in court February 7th. That was about a week and a half ago. Another Texas mother last month was arrested after police say that she forced her daughter to live for several weeks in a filthy apartment with the decomposing body of a little girl's father. Wow. Susan Q. Smith was taken into custody on January 18th and charged with 1 count each of intentional or reckless child endangerment and tampering with physical evidence and failure to report human remains. Let me skip that. That turns my stomach. Let me give you guys the fair usage to this story. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I mean, what are we putting these children through, man? We'll have more people that'll get mad about my commentary, even though I said I'm going to say some things that are not going to sit with your sensibilities. But if y'all care about these children, click the thumbs up. More people need to hear this. Like, I just don't understand how this isn't mainstream news. It's beyond me. Got 2 news videos, real quick.
Yes, one of those mothers told investigators she left to do her taxes. Investigators never figured out where the other mother went, but both of them faced the judge here in court today, both charged with felonies. In court, 28-year-old Reese Padilla-Hernandez and her roommate, 34-year-old Yuris Molina, 2 mothers each with 3 kids, living under one roof here at this apartment complex on Goodson Drive in North Houston.
The defendant abandoned her 3 children.
It all started, police say, when a maintenance worker spotted Padilla-Hernandez's 2-year-old girl by the pool, barefoot, filthy, and alone. When police arrived, they found the girl's 7-year-old brother, who led them to this apartment, where 4 other children were found alone, including Molina's 1-year-old baby boy, inside a crib covered in waste and eating his own feces. Neighbors were shocked.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Left the complainant in the care of a 9-year-old child who did not have the means to care for the complainant. The complainant did not have access to food and was eating his own feces.
Both mothers were charged with felony child endangering. The children were placed with CPS.
Break my heart because poor babies. Poor babies.
I don't understand how you can have a felony charge and a bond be $15,000 when it involves 6 children, including babies. I don't get that. I don't.
In court, 28-year-old Reese Padilla-Hernandez and her roommate, 34-year-old Yuris Molina, 2 mothers each with 3 kids, living under one roof here at this apartment complex on Goodson Drive in North Houston.
The defendant abandoned her 3 children.
It all started, police say, when a maintenance worker spotted Padilla-Hernandez's 2-year-old girl by the pool, barefoot, filthy, and alone. When police arrived, they found the girl's 7-year-old brother, who led them to this apartment, where 4 other children were found alone, including Melina's 1-year-old baby boy, inside a crib covered in waste and eating his own feces. Neighbors were shocked.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Left the complainant in the care of a 9-year-old child who did not have the means to care for the complainant. The complainant did not have access to food and was eating his own feces.
Both mothers were charged with felony child endangering. The children were placed with CPS.
Break my heart because poor babies. Poor babies.
Man, look. I think Texas got this wrong. Houston got this. Matter of fact, let me make sure this is Houston again. Let me make sure. I think it was HPD, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got this wrong. Their bond should have been a hell of a lot higher. I just don't think that $15,000, thank you, that makes no sense. And think about how easily they were able to bond out. Are they going to learn anything from this? No, they're not. Like I said, we shouldn't do this for these women. We should do this for the children that live here in our country. And it just seems like we just don't care about children as much. We don't take it as serious as we should. But nonetheless, man, the children survived. That is a blessing in itself. These children are going to be in CPS custody. I hope that, matter of fact, these mothers should never get access to these children again. How about that? Where are the fathers at? Any other family members? We don't know. But I think that these children will probably be best suited in some random foster parent's house. And they would be treated better than what these 2 alleged mothers treated these kids. These kids couldn't speak for themselves nor defend themselves against what their mothers forced them to go through. But I'm glad all of them are alive. I think they'll all be okay. And we'll just have to hope that they weren't traumatized too much. But this is a positive story. But maybe we'll get an actual good sentencing in court. Maybe they just screwed up on the bond. Maybe that was a typo in the system, Texas. But maybe they'll get it right when it comes to their actual sentencing. And I think that they deserve some years in prison, and they never deserve to be around these children again. If you are going to allow these children to be back in their lives, a couple things you could do. First and foremost, they need to take parenting classes for at least 2 years before they get custody back. They need to at least prove that they're going to work reputable, responsible jobs for 2 years. They need to at least have their own residence, not be living together, because clearly you see when you put Tweedledee and Tweedledum together, they can't live together and have kids together. They both are irresponsible. Can't do that. I think there's some things that they need to put in place in order to make sure before you give custody back to these kids. Matter of fact, you need to have them be monitored for at least 5 years. And I say 5 years because that'll at least give the children an opportunity to at least grow up and stand a chance to grow up and to be able to fend for themselves. At least 5 years of constantly being checked on randomly every single week. Check on them every single week. But that's just my opinion. Those are my thoughts. And I hope they stand up for these babies. Texas, gotta fix this.